Ever wondered how your favorite picture book was created? It all starts with a great story. Today I'll show you how to write yours. Start with an amazing idea for your story. And if you don't have one yet, see my video on coming up with a great idea. Take your idea and let's discover how to write it. There are a lot of things to think about when you start your story, such as point of view, plot structure, setting, characters, voice, word choice, emotional impact. Let's go through them together. Hi, I'm Charlotte Glaze, an author, illustrator, and mom. I recently wrote my very first picture book, and I want to show you how to write yours. I'm going to walk you through what I did, the whole process, and what I learned. This is a whole series of videos, so hit the subscribe button to know when I post the next video. Before we dive in, I want to let you know that my picture book, Storm Trucks, is available on Kickstarter right now. Check out the link below, and thank you for your support. So, you've got this incredible story idea, but who's going to tell it? The point of view is the lens through which your readers will experience your story, and it's the first major decision you need to make. There are 3 different points of view in writing. First person means writing from inside the mind of one person, using pronouns such as I, me, we, and us. The picture book, The Bad Seed by Jory John, is an example of first-person storytelling. Second person means writing, speaking directly to the reader, using the pronoun you. A picture book written in second person would be How to Babysit a Grandpa by Jean Regan. A third-person point of view is the most common for picture books. This point of view is more distant because the narrator is not part of the story and doesn't speak directly to the reader. In this point of view, the pronouns used are he, she, and they. An example of third-person point of view in a picture book would be Grumpy Monkey by Suzanne Lang. In my first draft of Storm Trucks, I wrote the story in first person. Later, as I edited the story, I found that third person worked much better for my story. Now that we've explored who's telling your story, let's talk about what happens in it. The plot is the backbone of your story, and there are different structures you can use to bring your idea to life. A very basic story plot taken from Invisible Ink, A Practical Guide to Building Stories That Resonate by Brian McDonald, is as follows. Once upon a time, and every day, until one day, and because of this, and because of this, until finally, and ever since that day. I love the simplicity and accuracy of this breakdown of story. It works for any kind of story, from short to epic. Just a quick reminder, my picture book Storm Trucks is live on Kickstarter. Don't miss out on getting your copy along with exclusive stickers and bookmarks. Check out the link below to support this project. A famous plot type is the hero's journey. The main character has life one way, then there's a problem that forces them to change in order to solve it. They try and fail multiple times, making choices that bring them to a point where things cannot go back to how they were at the beginning. It looks like they will never succeed. Then they try one last time and succeed. The story ends with the main character in the new normal that came after this crisis. An example of the hero's journey plotline in a picture book is Journey by Aaron Becker. While completely wordless, his pictures show the standard hero's journey of a child discovering a new world, facing challenges, growing and changing, and returning home changed. Another type of picture book plot is the circular plot. These take the reader on a journey and return to the starting point again. An example of these types of stories is found in the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie series of books by Laura Numeroff. Now let's look at some other styles of picture books. There's the list, such as 17 Things I'm Not Allowed to Do Anymore by Jenny Ophel. There's the how-to guide, such as How to Read a Story by Kate Messner. Another type is the cumulative story, where one thing leads to another. You'll be familiar with this type of story from an example like There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly. This version is from Pam Adams. Some stories are dialogue-driven stories, such as Alma by Juana Martinez Neal. Some are poems, such as Ohana Means Family by Ilima Loomis, which is also a cumulative story. Another plot style you could try using is different viewpoints or epistolatory, like In the Day the Crayons Quit by Drew Daywalt. A great way to get a feel for different plots and styles of picture books is to read a lot of them. A lot. Soon you will see the patterns and repetitions in the story arcs and the styles of the stories. With your plot taking shape, it's time to think about where your story unfolds. The setting can add depth and context to your story, bringing your readers into the story. It's a great move to try out your idea in a few different settings. Would this story be better in the city, or in the country, or in the wilderness? What about changing the time period? Could you set it in the past or the future? For my story, I needed there to be a thunderstorm. In my first drafts, my story took place inside, but as I refined, I started the story outside on the farm with a large open space to see the storm clouds coming from far away. During my story, my main character, Axel, runs inside his house and at the end returns to the outdoors. Once your world is built, it's time to fill it with characters. Who will your readers be rooting for? Would this story work better with human characters or animals? Or aliens? What about inanimate objects that could be characters? In picture books, a character could be anything, from a rock to a crayon to a planet or a person. A character could still be a person. In my story, there is a child character, a dog, and 4 truck characters. I originally had more characters, but removed them as the story was edited. With your characters in place, the next step is to find your story's voice. How do your characters speak? And how does your narrative sound? Your voice will set the tone for the entire book. Voice also involves word choice. You have decisions to make about how serious or silly your story is written. You also get to decide whether to write in poetry or prose. There is a lot of literary agents who say that they don't want rhyming picture books. The truth is, the best-selling picture books are rhyming ones, but to sell a picture book written in rhyme, the rhymes have to be perfect. Another tip for word choice is to remember all you ever learned in English class: alliteration, imagery, idioms, onomatopoeia, and using active verbs. Try using exciting and fun to say out loud words. When you are using so few words for a picture book, every word is important and needs to be as perfect as you can make it. Also, since a picture book is almost always read out loud, do that yourself as you work. See how the words sound and if they flow well together. Finally, let's talk about how your story makes readers feel. Emotional impact is what makes a story memorable. Whether you want your readers to laugh or cry, work at crafting a story with an emotional punch. Your emotional impact needs to be woven through all of the areas: plot, word choice, voice, imagery, setting, and pacing. Whew! We've covered a lot today. Each of these elements plays a crucial role in bringing your story to life. All of these topics could be videos all by themselves. I have links below to help you get started. One organization I have found really helpful is SCBWI, the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. My local branch of SCBWI, Oklahoma, Arkansas, has been instrumental in helping me grow as an artist and writer. That's all for this session. I will be posting more videos about my journey of writing and illustrating on my first picture book. So please subscribe to be notified when the new videos are posted. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to support my work, head over to Kickstarter to back Storm Trucks. Click the link below to check it out, and I appreciate your support.